world! Please save the Blu-ray! Save the Blu-ray! So fans of horror, over here I have 4 Blu-rays. Now if I had to ask you guys, what do they all have in common? Maybe the first thing that you would say is, well, they're all horror, and you'd be absolutely right. But there is something else. All 4 of these I purchased more than 6 months ago. And if you had to look and listen a little more carefully, you'd probably notice that neither of these Blu-rays have been opened yet. Yep, they're all still in their plastic wrapper. Now maybe some of you out there would ask me a question, and a completely justified question, mind you, and that is, so Dan, when do you plan on opening these Blu-rays that you purchased 6 months ago with your hard-earned money? And I would say to you, tomorrow night, latest. Stop looking at me. But in truth, guys, I have absolutely no idea when I'm going to open these up, because you know what? I've seen them. In fact, this particular one was in a drawer about 5 feet from where I was sitting one particular night, and I was in the mood to watch it again. So you know what I did? Right there and then, instead of standing up, walking the 5 feet to the drawer, opening up the drawer, pulling out the Blu-ray, walking over to the player, popping it in the player, walking back to the chair, sitting down, instead of doing all of that, you know what I did? I streamed it. I streamed it. I Netflix, and then I just streamed it, and this stayed in the drawer. Now, fans of horror, this channel is not just about sharing the good stuff, but it's also about being a little bit transparent and a little bit vulnerable and sharing the bad. So today, my mission, my quest, is to find out why I still buy Blu-rays when I could simply stream it. I mean, maybe there's a legitimate argument. Maybe the Blu-rays, offer better quality than streaming. That is an argument, I suppose, some people say. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's, a little bit of nostalgia. Because I am getting older, and the last thing I want to be is one of those old peeps that keep on whining about how good the good old days were, You youngsters don't know how good Blu-rays are. Back in my day, we had to work to watch a movie. The whole world is going to...
Just like the good old days.
So in order to get to the bottom of this profound issue as to whether or not Blu-rays are indeed superior to streaming, I embarked on a grueling, intense, and stringent period of the most irrefutable and rigorous research. Because I just did a quick Google search. Now, one thing that most Blu-rays do offer that most streaming platforms don't is, of course, the special features option. Now, granted, the special features option is not necessarily a big deal for everyone, but if you're anything like me, and I'm sure that there's some of you out there that are, then finding out a little bit more about that film you enjoyed so much, through the making of, you also find out what challenges were faced, some of the technical aspects of the film, also the inspiration behind the story. That's pretty cool, and it's something that a lot of streaming platforms don't offer. Now, sure, you could go online and find some of these stories, but Blu-rays, or at least special editions, are often designed with the special features in mind. And I think that that's at least one cool thing, right? And another thing is this, my wall of horror. Well, not the wall of horror itself, but this is where I put my copy of The Invisible Man remake, which I am going to be talking about in my segment, Remakes in Retrospect. So if you guys are interested in that film and in that segment, please feel free to join me there. But anyway, this is where I put my copy, and this is where I know I will find it should I want to watch it. It's not just going to disappear, right? Now maybe you guys have experienced this too, but for me there's nothing quite as disappointing as sitting down to watch The Shining, let's say, for the 15th time again, only to find that Amazon or Netflix have simply booted it out of their film catalog again. But when I own a physical copy, I don't have to worry about Amazon or Netflix booting it out of their film catalog, because it's mine. It's right there in the cupboard where it should be. I can watch it whenever I like, and I don't need to worry about anybody taking it away from me. Except for maybe Richard.
Huh?
No, Richard?
What?
Hey,
Talking about me?
Yes, Richard, yes. You still have my Candyman copy.
Never.
No, I did.
No,
I lent it to you like 3 months ago. 3 months ago it was.
You didn't, bro. I don't even have a
Yeah, I did.
Blu-ray player.
What do you mean you don't have a Blu-ray player? Everybody
I
has
don't watch Blu-rays. I don't watch Blu-rays. I don't watch anything with a disc on it. I don't want to get up.
Okay.
I stream like a normal
I heard
person.
you.
I haven't watched a Blu-ray since 2014.
Hey, man. Jeez, stop making such
No
a big
one
deal about it.
puts discs into stupid machines anymore.
Another thing I'm sure that we've all noticed is the huge amount of streaming platforms popping up all over the show. I mean, we have Amazon, Disney+, Netflix, Hulu, Shudder, Screenbox, to name a few, and I'm sure that there are a whole lot more on the way. Now, I've had it before where a film I really want to watch is available to be streamed, except not on one of the many platforms I'm already subscribed to. So now if I want to watch that film, I've got to subscribe to yet another platform. And all of those subscriptions can become quite pricey. And as you know, money doesn't grow on trees. I'm starting to sound like my parents. Now I know that there are a lot of pros to streaming too, even if I must begrudgingly admit that myself. But you know what, fans of horror, you know what it comes down to for me, the whole Blu-ray versus streaming thing. And I gotta admit this. It's that I'm a geek. Okay? I'm a little bit of a geek, and I'm a nostalgic one at that. There's just something about getting out there and hunting that film down and buying it. You know, buying something that I can feel, that I can touch, that I can smell. I don't think I've ever smelt a Blu-ray before. I don't know why I even did that. But it's something real, something tangible that I can show for all my hard grind and toil. You know, I can't bring a streamed movie home and place it in my wall of horror, but I can with the Blu-ray. With a Blu-ray, I can take it out, I can look at it, I can hold it, I can love it, I can...
Now I have a cute little squirrely willy you bet and love and charge and leave!
Sorry, that went a little bit far. But you know what? There is something visceral about the Blu-ray, at least for me. And maybe you Blu-ray collectors out there, maybe you guys respond to the same thing. There's something about opening up a Blu-ray, taking the disc out and putting it in the player. You kind of hear and see the technology at work. I know that sounds kind of strange, and I'm not trying to imply that one forms a connection to a silly material plastic object like this, but maybe it's not the object itself that I'm connecting to. Maybe what I'm connecting to is is some sort of a movie watching tradition or ritual even. And just remember another thing, even the Hello Netflix started out as a mail order DVD business. In fact, it's a part of their business that still exists to this day. So fans, ghosts, ghouls, and vampires of horror, are there any of you out there that are also avid Blu-ray collectors such as myself? If so, let me know down below. What is it about this act that keeps you coming back for more? As for me, why do I continue to buy Blu-rays when I could just stream? I mean, I love streaming too. But you know what? Maybe I am kind of clinging onto the past, or maybe I'm just indulging in an age-old movie watching ritual. Whatever it is, I'm going to go with the flow, keep on collecting. On that note, I think I'm going to watch an old classic horror movie. Apparently it's one that Martin Scorsese rated as one of the scariest horror movies that he had ever seen. But I'm going to do this one the old-fashioned way. I'm going to pop it in the old player, and you guys can be sure that I'm going to let you know how it goes. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on Den of Horror, my Den's Mad Musings. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. Remember, keep safe, keep happy, and most of all, keep horror. Until the next time, see you guys then.